developing right now. Grand jury recordings in the Breonna Taylor case have been released.
The case resulted in no direct criminal charges against Louisville police officers who shot Taylor multiple times during a botched drug raid in March. CBS 2's Laura Podesta has more.
Kentucky's Attorney General Daniel Cameron has released the grand jury proceedings in the Breonna Taylor case. According to the tapes, jurors heard from interviews of at least 2 officers who entered the 26-year-old's Louisville apartment on a no-knock warrant to search for drugs. Police say they knocked 3 times before ramming in.
So he hit the 3rd time, and as soon as he hit the door, came up, police search warrant,
They say Taylor's boyfriend then fired shots at them. They returned fire, shooting and killing Taylor.
As soon as the shot hit, I could feel the heat in my leg. And so I just returned fire. I got 4 rounds off. And it was like simultaneous. Boom, 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 boom.
In an interview heard by the jury, one of the officers involved claims Taylor's boyfriend initially said Taylor fired shots at police. Protesters and Taylor's family have kept up calls for justice after the grand jury did not indict officers Miles Cosgrove and Jonathan Mattingly for firing the shots that killed Taylor. A 3rd officer, former detective Brett Hankison, was charged for firing into a neighbor's apartment.
Ultimately, our judgment is that the charge that we could prove at trial beyond a reasonable doubt was for wanton endangerment.
The rare release of the grand jury testimony came after one of the grand jurors filed a court motion accusing the Attorney General of misrepresenting their deliberations.
And my client's concern is making sure that there's the appropriate information for the public as a whole.
Benjamin Crump represents the Taylor family.
We at least want to know that it's equal justice under the law for Black people as victims.
According to the tapes, 2 neighbors interviewed by investigators said they did not hear police knock before they entered. The officers involved in the raid ultimately never executed the warrant to search Taylor's apartment. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
And the grand juror mentioned in this report did petition the court to release all transcripts and evidence presented in this case.